right, section 3.7, the last section of unit 3. We are graphing in vertex form. So here is vertex form. Y equals a, in parentheses x minus h squared plus k. So a will tell us whether our parabola opens up or down, and if it's going to be wide or narrow. H is the horizontal shift, the left-right shift, and K is our vertical shift. Oh, this will probably be the easiest thing that we do. Graph in vertex form. Well, y equals 2, x plus 3 squared minus 4. So the vertex comes from HK. So here's H, here is K. Now the thing with H is you got to make sure you flip the sign, so it's actually -3, and then K stays the same. Here's my vertex. My A value is 2. So let's start by plotting my vertex before I forget about that. So -3, -4. There is my vertex. Okay, and then we're gonna make a table. We're gonna pick. I mean, really, you can get away with 2 x values, but I'll put 3 to start. So let's just go 0, 1, 2, and let's just keep those 3 always. Okay, and then to get the y column, what we're gonna do is square them. We're gonna plug them into the parent function, which is y equals x squared. So we're gonna square them, so we get 0, 1, and 4. And then the last column says take a, which is, 2, times the y values that we just wrote down. So we got 0, 2, 8. Once you do that, we're done with the middle column. We're just kind of using it to make a jump. Okay, and then we're going to plot those points from our vertex. I'm going to write that down here. Plot points from the vertex. Okay, not the origin, but the vertex. So, if I start at my vertex, which is right here, if I plot 0, 0, that's just my vertex. So, it's already done. Now, if I plot 1, 2, I'll go to the right 1 and up 2 from my vertex. So, there it is. And then 2, 8, so I'm going to go back to my vertex, go right 2, up 8, so 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay. Now, I can get away with only, these 3, or really 2, 0 isn't necessary, because I can reflect these points. So if I were to draw an imaginary line through my vertex, I can just reflect the points over, because what we are graphing are parabolas, and you might remember that from Algebra 1. And there it is. Graphing in vertex form. Okay, so minimum or maximum. We have a minimum because our vertex is at the bottom. The domain, x is in the real numbers. We can plug any real number into that function, but what comes out, y has to be greater than or equal to -4. It's always going to be whatever your k value is. Similar to absolute value functions, actually. All right, here's another example. So graph in vertex form. So let's start with my vertex, which is 2, 6. Remember to flip the sign of h, leave k alone. So 2, 2, 4, 6. Right there's my vertex. My a value is -1. Okay, pick the same x values. Like I said, you can just pick. If you want, you could put 0 in there, but everything across the board is going to be zeros. And then we can just go 1, 2. You can get away with just 1, 2. If you can do it, sweet, do it. All right, and then remember, we're plugging these into the parent function y equals x squared. So you're just squaring them. So we get 1, 4. In the last column, take our a value, -1, times those y values we just wrote down. So we get -1 and -4. Scribble this out so you don't get confused. You're done with it. It's just a stepping stone to get to that last column. Okay, let's plot those points from the vertex. So 0, 0, like I said, is just going to be your vertex. 1, -1, it's right there. And 2, -4, it's right there. And then if you reflect them, you have your parabola just like that. Okay, now we have a maximum because our parabola or our vertex is at the top of the parabola. Our domain is still x is all real numbers. And the range now, y is going to be less than or equal to, because we're opening down, 6, my k value. And that's it. Just a couple examples for you to try, or actually one example for you to try out.